not apologizing. I know what you're all thinking. Oh, look! Another Mortal Kombat 11 video! Hey, didn't he say in his last one that he wasn't gonna make any more until the game actually came out, unless something really important came out, like, say, a new DLC trailer? And he wasn't going to do a character breakdown for every single character reveal each week? Huh. Kinda sounds like he lied to us then. And you know what? You guys are so right. That was in very poor taste, I'm sorry. Can I just level with you all for a second, Dino Dudes? It's just... I don't like to talk about personal stuff, I guess, on this channel, for a lot of reasons. Namely because that's not why you're here. You're here just to hear me talk about bad movies and video games and give honest opinions that I think sometimes might be different than what people are expecting. You're here to make me make bad puns and drink way too much Mountain Dew, but I'm out of it right now, so I'm gonna enjoy a nice grape soda as I talk. But the thing is, the past little bit, some stuff has come up, and I haven't been able to make my movie reviews the way I want them to. Honestly, I just haven't seen that many films recently because of, well, life and more important, priorities taking place, such as, well, education and other such things. I'm not giving up on this channel, not by a long shot. And I really do want to apologize for the kind of weird lack of a pattern or the almost sporadic uploads. I wanted to try and make it so at least like one review a week, but it just, I don't know, Dino Dudes, and I'm really sorry. So you know what? I want to branch out a little bit from just movie reviews. I want to try doing some gameplay breakdowns. And yes, that does mean I'm going to be talking about Mortal Kombat 11 up until the game comes out. So I should probably say this right now. Everything I'm about to talk about now is from an early build of MK11. I have not played the game, and things might be drastically different by the time we actually get to that. So, please don't take anything I say as the, oh, it's gonna be like this when it comes out, because honestly, it might not. With all that out of the way, what's new, Dino Dudes? It's me, the Media Raptor, and you know what? I called it! Technically. This isn't like with the Injustice 2 roster hope list when I got like 4 of the characters, because I put down Captain Cold, Atrocitus, Sub-Zero, Black Canary. Those are the 4 off the top of my head that I remember. But yeah, it's not like when I had no idea what the roster leaks were or anything, or there was even any real, like, release yet. We all kind of knew that Kabal at least was coming, and I'm really happy about that. So let's talk about him. First of all, for those of you who don't know, Kabal originally appeared in Mortal Kombat 3, not Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, the regular version that for some reason didn't have Scorpion as a playable character. He was, I believe in the original timeline, just a criminal, like a member of the Black Dragons, much like Kano was. And then he either got cybernetics or something happened and yada yada yada. In the 2011, I'm sorry, I got the years wrong last time, reboot, he was now a police officer working alongside Stryker. So when the Outworld invaded, he got burned, and then Kabal, I mean, not Cable, this isn't a Marvel crossover yet. When Kano rebuilt him, Kabal was then made, but this time he was a good guy. And in this one, according to the devs, he's evil again. I like that, because honestly, Kabal seemed much more like a fun, bad guy, much in the vein of some old Disney villains, in the sense that, yeah, we're evil, but we know that we're evil, we love being evil, and we're not apologizing for it, so deal with it! So let's talk about his gameplay. First of all, I love the fact that most of his attacks, from punches to pokes to all sorts of things, now far heavier, well, not heavier, much more rely on his hook blades, which admittedly are 2 of my favorite weapons. Well, okay, I'm gonna call them 2 of mine because he has 2 of them. But in like just gaming and just in terms of like fiction and stuff, I always loved these because there's a combination of 2 things I find kind of amazing, which are hooks and swords. Now, I understand a hook on its own ain't too scary and all that, but when you give it to somebody like Ghost Rider or Lobo, it becomes pretty intimidating. And I love how in this he's able to use his hook swords for massive damage combos as well as some awesome grabs. It's also great to see that his ever-popular top spin dash is back. He can even throw his blades as projectiles now, which, that's pretty cool. However, one thing I do like through the custom variations that we've seen so far is you can actually have Kabal unburned and unmasked. Granted, his hair looks a little stupid, then again I think that man buns and those tiny ponytails in general are really dumb, no offense to anyone who has one, but it's just my opinion. But, I can look past the hair because he still looks awesome. I want his coat, I want an overcoat like that. I just think they look cool and I want to use one. As always, he's got the saw blades and the gas blast, although the saw blades are now the saw blades are quite different than it used to be, and so is the gas blast, as this time it isn't as much a projectile as it is sort of a cloud-based attack, like it's a cloud-based attack, much like, and this is going to be a weird example, but it's kind of true, much like Piranha Plant's Poison Spit in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I know it's a weird comparison, but it is true when you think about it. He creates a poisonous cloud that damages the opponent and only stays in front of him. So, I'll admit that's a bit different than his MK9 set where he could, shoot the blast, but I also see why they would want to do that. I've been kind of making notes as I've been watching these videos, and Kabal falls into the tier of what I'm going to call a bruiser. Characters like, well, a bit of a spoiler here, but everyone knows she's already out. Jade and Scarlet, even Geras, and even Sub-Zero to an extent, I call them controllers in the sense that they try and control the opponent at all times, keeping them in one section of the stage to therefore be able to do combos, special attacks, and all sorts of things to bring their health down. Kabal, he seems to be much more an up-close and personal kind of fighter, and I dig that. I love the fact that they decide, instead of letting him try and zone the opponent using gas blasts to stun them and then rushing in, hitting them and then running away, he likes to get up close, use his hook blades, tear into the opponent, and then do massive throws and spins to take them into the ground before slamming down on them. Ultimately, I believe Kabal will be kind of a high-risk, high-reward character for certain players. Granted, if you're just a basic, casual MK player, then he's going to be a great character to just pick up and play with. But if you're going to be somebody who's trying for tournaments or esports or stuff like that, you need to be careful. Because while Kabal is good at doing damage up close, in fact he even has a counter, it seems kind of clear that when it comes to being zoned, he could quite easily be zoned. Now, granted, this is not... I have not played this game yet, so don't quote me on anything here. I'm just kind of talking from what I'm seeing from the videos. It seems like Scarlet's blood magic, or even Sub-Zero's ice or Geras' sands of time, would be good at kind of keeping Kabal either cornered or briefly stunned, allowing the opponent to either use a fatal blow, a stage interaction, or even go for a command grab. However, I'm not saying Kabal seems weak. In fact, he seems to have an attack to counter everything any opponent could do to him, but he certainly does have his limitations, as I've noticed that in some of the fighting, he takes a few frames to cool down after an attack, which could potentially let the opponent use a wake-up attack to get a few hits off on him and possibly mess up a combo. So, I'm just going to break this down real quick. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, Kabal looks awesome. I love his gear from what I've seen so far. I love his design, his attacks. Everything about him is pretty much what I would want. I can't wait to play him. He is definitely going to be one of the characters I play day one, aside from Shao Kahn, who for some reason we haven't gotten gameplay yet of, which is kind of annoying. I really want to know if my pre-order was worth it or not. Although honestly, who cares? The game itself, even if Shao Kahn sucks for some reason, which please don't make him suck, that will make me very angry, is definitely worth it from what I've seen so far. Anyhow, my point is, Kabal seems to be a good middle ground character for getting in and out with quick attacks, but also being able to stay and do a couple more powerful hitting blows to try and take the opponent's health down. It seems like you could easily counter him with a ranged attack or even an attack that could stun him, which I know stunning a character is a good way to deal with an opponent in most fighting games, but since Kabal seems to be a character based on speed and strength, it seems like you'd be taking away one of his major advantages, which could prove to be quite effective if you're up against a specifically or high-level Kabal player. On top of that, can we just take a moment to appreciate his fatal blow and his fatalities?
Fatality. Kabal wins.
That is the nastiest fatality I have seen in this game yet. It is pretty much like they went, hey guys, remember that super move the Flash had in Injustice 2? Excuse me. What if we made it gory? So Kabal looks to be a great addition to the roster. In fact, I don't think there's a genuinely bad addition to the roster yet, with maybe the sole exception being Garrus, because he looks much more like a strategy character, which I'm more of a button masher myself until I learn the game, but I do believe Garrus is a very good looking character, not... Okay, that came out wrong. I believe he looks like he's going to be a very fun character to learn, and maybe I'm just kind of judging a character who I know too little about yet. Regardless, Mortal Kombat 11 is still shaping up to be awesome, and I cannot wait for it to come out. So, come back soon because I'll be doing a video on Jade, and I know this might annoy some of you that I'm doing a lot of MK11 focused content, but I'm working on some bigger reviews, and hopefully this will tide you over until then. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like and subscribe with notifications on. I really don't like asking you guys to have to do that, but hey, it's what YouTube is these days, so... If you did enjoy this video, leave a comment down below. What character are you most excited for in MK11 and why? What do you think the story's gonna be? I'm still trying to piece together anything I can from leaks, teases, well not leaks, I don't trust leaks, but teases and the trailers, and anything that's been up on the subreddit. So, yeah. Until next time, this has been the Media Raptor saying keep cool, and I will see all you Dino Dudes around. Later.
Fatality. Kabal wins.